Morning, nice cup of coffee. I'm feeling a little breakfasty and I'm feeling a little kind of crafty, I guess, this morning. I just set my lines up. I was going to go on like another lake trout mission, but you guys have known how those have gone this series so far, so I decided to make, could I cook breakfast with 5 items? And when I mean 5 items, I'm including literally everything 5 items. An empty can, 2 local Vermont eggs, a stick of butter, a perch I caught yesterday, and a pan. Tastes like the snowy hills of Vermont. So obviously you need some source of fire, and if you guys have been staying along, last night we stayed inside this hot tent, which has a little furnace, thanks to the Wooded Beardsman, or AKA Chris. In this video also, I'm going to kind of go over his tackle and kind of how he's fishing, because it's very, very cool. But anyways, I'm going to start off by cooking the egg. And this is something I have no clue if it's going to work, but we're going to attempt to try it. I'm going to ask Chris what he thinks. What do you think of my method?
You making fun of my tackle?
I am making fun of your tackle, as well as I want to know your method. Or how you think that my method of cooking these eggs is going to work.
What are you going to do? You stick it in a can? Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think you're going to get a lot of comments. First of all, people are going to say you're going to get like BPA poisoning or something like that, right? Because the liner has plastic in it. I think it'll work.
Okay.
I just worried that if you put it in there, it might get knocked over, but it's got the shell and everything. So
yeah, I'm gonna need your help kind of placing it.
Well, I think if you stuff it underneath, like at the bottom, so it touches the bottom, and then you just pile wood around it, I think it'll work.
Yeah.
Why not?
And all I'm going to do is fill it up here out of our ice hole. So now we've got water, and now we've got 1 egg. 2 egg. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna scale this perch. I don't know the right method for scaling this thing.
It's the most miserable fish to scale.
Yeah. Not terrible. Not amazing. Now we have 2 fillets. This is what's left of our perch. We're gonna eat the skin and everything else. So there's just literally some guts that are in there, and then the head. You could also throw this in fish soup, but oh, it's boiling. Yes, this is gonna work. Don't want to get too foggy in here, but there it is. It's boiling a little bit. Gotta close this though, so it doesn't get all, oh jeez, it doesn't get all steamy in here, or smoky. I mean, the egg's been in there for about 10 minutes. Now we are gonna wait and let that cook for another like 5 minutes. But I'm gonna start off by getting the pan ready for our fish and eggs also. So we have 2 hard-boiled eggs that are locally from Vermont, and then we have our fish that is from Vermont as well. Kind of a cool little deal we're doing this morning. Feeling a little creative. I was going to go fishing like I said, but instead I set the lines up right out in front. I'm fishing and cooking at the same time. Alright. Oh yeah, that should be hot enough. Pan, butter. We're just going to let that melt. Coming fish.
Yeah, it's hard to cook on the. Oh, it's pretty hot.
Yeah, no, it's hot.
It's hot. It's gonna take a long time, a little bit longer. It's gonna be patient. That's all. That's the trick, right?
Yeah, trick to anything.
The whole thing, the whole winter thing is patience. I mean, happens is a little bit slower.
Yeah, everything moves slower in the winter.
Yeah.
Yes. Us, cooking, fire, everything.
I saw a squirrel this morning, like a gray squirrel.
Why didn't we get the air gun out?
I don't know.
Oh wait, it's not season.
It's probably not season.
It's gonna be hot. Gotta be careful. I'm gonna leave this open, that way we can get that thing nice and hot. I'm gonna leave the egg right here to cool off. Does that guy look familiar? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. The perch looks absolutely amazing. I'm not sure about these eggs here, but we'll try them. Is this hot? And right there is the nuke bomb of eggs. Oh, All right, here we go. I'm gonna just try a piece of this fish while it's nice and hot here. It's awesome. Leave the skin on, and the skin is actually super high in fats and just, heck yes, I nailed the perch. I did miss one little bone there though. That's good. Let's try some of this egg. I know I'm eating with my hands, which is probably disgusting, but that's kind of what the deal is out here. The Wadoba on the egg there, make that, it's actually pretty good. Like the fish eggs are. And there we go, guys. Here's our hard-boiled egg. I'm not sure. I think it's, oh, that in there. I think it's a little overcooked. I'm definitely not going to be wasting any food. We haven't wasted any food this whole trip. I am so happy though we ended up going to the grocery store, because if we would have actually done like full on eat everything only in the nature, eat only what you could find, it would have been a very, very tough go around. There's so many like different layers on an egg. I feel like if people are commenting about the whole dealio like that, like it's like whatever. A little bit of charcoal on there. It worked.
Yeah?
It worked.
That's awesome.
Cooked perfect.
It looks perfect.
You guys want to know a little trick with hard-boiled eggs? If you guys have like bacon, or in my case, if you have some perch, stuff it right in there. Now you got a perch stuffed egg. That right there is a clean pan. Amazing breakfast. Great cup of coffee. We have one more egg here. That's it for kind of the morning catch and cook deal. I'm going to help Chris with some thumbnails now, get my stuff reorganized. Maybe fish a different spot, I'm not really sure. I've just enjoyed this breakfast so much. Clean up. Great way to start the morning. Great way not to waste that perch that I caught yesterday. And I'm energized. I feel like I might need just like an afternoon snack of some peanuts or something, and I'll be ready for dinner tonight. So let's see what the day brings. All right, before I go out on my little mission, I am going to go try and fish off the break in 50 to 60 foot of water today. Just like very heavy jigging for lake trout. But besides that, I wanted to kind of go over Chris's setups, and he was lucky enough to give me his tackle box. This is his only tackle box, as well as his homemade tip-ups that he's had since he was 16 years old. So I'm just going to kind of walk through it. This is the base of it, which is pretty cool, very hardy, made out of wood. And then, so this is what happens here. This goes on here like this. And then when a fish takes it, it bobs this down. This slides down, so you get that kind of clanking notion. There, boom, that sets, and then it's able to take as much line as it needs to. So it's a very, very effective tip-up because there's actually no tension on the fish. He's been able to catch rock bass, perch, everything on these tip-ups. He even caught the only lake trout of the trip, which was very small, 14 inches, but it was on this style tip-up. So very cool kind of deal. Wanted to show you guys that. Here's kind of a close-up. And there's that. So now I'm going to dive into his tackle box here. All right, so here we go. We're going to open this. This cooler's from like 1900. So it looks like he's got a stringer string. Is this all your fishing tackle?
No, just my ice.
This is your ice gear.
My ice, yeah.
So he's got some flies. Not really sure what you do with that, but they're interesting. Maybe blue eels and stuff like that. Definitely old. Some good old monofilament. Some bells. Some hooks. These are the hooks he's been using the whole time. What kind of hook is this?
J.
It's a J hook.
J hook.
The J hook.
Number 4 J hook.
Is that your favorite hook?
Yeah. Number 4 J.
The number 4 J is Chris's favorite and his go-to trusty. you've been ice fishing since you were 16?
Yeah.
Or even before that?
Before that, yeah. But on my own, as soon as I could drive.
Thermometer.
Yeah. It's more for the fish pond.
For the fish pond.
But it will work for creek fishing, right?
Yeah.
To get that right temperature for trout. Key. You want to find those cold pockets. You're not digging anything out there. What are you seeing? Nothing interesting.
It's just the. Here's some more J hooks.
Yeah. Those. That's the money. Size 4, right? See?
Yep.
Pack of 10, and then I hand sharpen them. Do I have a sharpener in there?
You have this deal. Has this got a sharpener on it?
Yeah, I might have a sharpener. I might have lost the sharpener, or I might have moved it to my summer stuff.
Little scissors.
Scissors.
What's this?
Open it. You might find that interesting. Do you know what it is?
Cotton?
Yeah, it's cotton ball, and there's Vaseline stuffed all in there.
What is that? Oh, just for your hands?
No, fire lighting.
Oh, fire lighting.
Yeah, you put anything, you put a fire on there, you can hold it like forever because the Vaseline burns. So It's emergency.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
So that stays in
emergency.
the tube. I've never used it, but it's in there. Super light.
That's kind of the end of the road. Lots of hooks and lots of weights.
Yeah. So the bells, do you know what the bells are for?
Lines?
Yeah. So you put a stick in the ice.
Yeah.
And then you hang the bell from the stick and use the mono. And then use the hook and sinker.
We should have set up like
Perimeter.
30 of those.
We could still do it.
I'm not gonna barter your gear much more.
You didn't like my cooler?
I like it.
Thermal Whiz.
How old's the cooler?
Oh, dude, that's I probably had that when I was like 6 years old or something.
Really? That old?
Yeah, and look at the zipper works, 100%. I think I lost the strap at one point, so it's like a piece of shoelace.
That's the, I'm not going to say primitive because you're not that old, but the old school way of ice fishing, and could be the new school way too if you guys want to get after it. And sometimes building your own stuff is more effective than buying it. And I'm saying that owning an ice fishing company, I'm the one saying that because, you know, it's fun to just be creative and get stuff done. But the dinner bell is always a good option as well if you guys want to check that out. But
yeah, I want to try some of your stuff.
yeah, I got a bunch. I can leave you with a bunch of stuff. I want to leave you with a rod, a reel, and everything.
This stuff's not so good for like pike and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Lakers, you want a rod and stuff. Like this, you can't catch a big lake trout on this.
I mean, if you put some heavy line on there.
Yeah, it's only 6 pound test. I've caught a fairly big lake trout on 6 pound test.
Yeah.
You just got to be
very, very easy, Hunter.
very patient.
Patient.
Right?
Key of all these videos is patience. And we are back. Back to building the igloo. Day 2. Conditions are different. Did you get that?
Did you get it? All right.